Good day students, myself Johnson Bas. So today's session will be all about plumbing. So we'll see what are the different various tools what a plumber might be using. So right now you can see all the different types of pipes which are generally used. So what is plumbing? Plumbing is a process of conveying fluid from one point to another by means of pipes. We have to connect two pipes together. For that we require fittings. To connect two pipes together, we require what is called as fittings. They help in connecting two pipes together, and also to direct the flow from one room to another, and also to connect different fixtures, as in the taps, wash basin, sinks, and all. Okay, who is a plumber then? The one who installs, repairs, and maintains these tubes and other fixtures associated with plumbing is known as a plumber. Okay. The plumber works with different types of pipe fittings, tubes, and other accessories. Okay. So different types of pipes which we use in industry are one is GI pipes. They are galvanized iron pipes, or as GI pipes. They are made up of mild steel, but having a zinc coating to prevent it from rusting. The next are copper pipes or copper tubes. They are mostly nowadays used in refrigeration and air conditioning units. Okay. The last is most commonly used are PVC pipes. Okay, they are readily available, economical, and easy to assemble. So that's the reason they are used in our homes. Okay, so for working with PVC pipes, they can be used only when working with a normal room temperature. You can't use hot water with it. Okay, also they cannot be used in underground concealed piping. We have to use GI pipe, mild steel pipe. Even with hot water, we have to use GI pipe with it. Okay, now different types of joints in pipe. Two pipes can be joined together. Okay, one is threaded joint. These things we can see is a thread in the pipe. We require fitting to join two pipes. Two pipes cannot be joined directly. Okay, we require some fittings, a coupling or a socket. They will have internal threading in it. Also, we have to cut external threads on the pipe so that the two pipes can be joined. This is a threaded joint. Okay, the coupling is attached to one pipe. It is then tightened up, and the another pipe is tightened from the other end. This is how two pipes are joined with a threaded joint. Okay. Next are brace joints. This is the brace joint commonly used in copper pipes and tubings. Okay. The brass rod is melted over here with the help of a gas torch, and brazing is done. It is done at temperature above 700 degrees Celsius. So another type of joint is solder joint. The temperature is quite low, above 400 degrees Celsius. Okay? The silver solder is used for joining the tubes of the pipes. Next is welded joint, wherein the two pipes are welded together with help of welding. The other flange joint, where they are used where high pressure fluids are used, where two flanges are threaded at both the ends of the pipe, and then they are bolted together. Okay. Now we'll come to the tools which the plumber is using. Okay, the common tools. First tools are holding tools, the work holding devices. First one here you can see is pipe vise. The next is a bench vise. This one is a bench vise. It's fitted to the bench. The next tool over here is a chain wrench. The chain is mounted to the handle over here. Next is a pipe wrench. Next is a pipe wrench with smaller size pipe wrench. This one is a fixed spanner, adjustable spanner, and a monkey wrench. Okay, a bench vise. A bench vise is used for various tasks. For example, chipping, filing, sawing can be done on the bench vise. Always you have to hold the work in the jaws of the bench vise here. There is a moving jaws and there is a fixed jaw. Normally the pipes are held in the pipe vise over here. This is an open type pipe vise, wherein this face is open. The fixed type pipe vise will have this face closed. Okay, the pipes are holded in the V jaws over here that provide equal holding on the pipe. The pipe will not get compressed. This is a pipe vise over here, so you can see where it is used to hold cylindrical objects like pipes and tubes. The flat workpiece can be holded in the jaws of the bench vise over here. The pipe vise is normally used for holding cylindrical objects like pipes and all. We have to hold the pipe in the jaws of the pipe vise here. This is a V jaws shape. Okay, they will hold the pipe tightly to tighten the jaws. Okay, so that it doesn't move. It will grip the pipe in equal direction, so it won't compress the pipe. If you hold the pipe in this jaw, it will get compressed. It will damage the shape of the pipe. Right? The other operation you can do on the pipe guys are threading, cutting, assembly and disassembly of the fittings, etc. So the other work holding devices will be the chain wrench. First we will come to pipe wrench over here. Okay, the pipe wrench, it is used to hold the pipes or grip the pipes together while doing assembly. Okay, it's having a movable jaw. This is an adjusting screw. You can increase or decrease the size as per the according to your workpiece or the size of the pipe. Okay, this is a pivot over here. There is a spring over here. This is a handle. This is a moving jaws. This is a fixed jaw. This is the similar type of, but in a smaller size pipe wrench. It is used to grip a smaller size pipes or fixtures. Okay. Care should be taken that you have to maintain these jaws. So it will only work when these jaws are sharp enough. Okay. So see that you keep these jaws in good shape. If they are worn out and all these edges are worn out, you have to file them. Okay, and then make it sharp. You have to clean it properly. So before using the tool, also you have to keep this oil. Okay, put oil in this adjusting so that it prevent rusting. It shouldn't get rusted. Okay. The next are these set of tools are spanners, mostly the adjustable spanner or the fixed spanner, and here what we have is a monkey plier, or commonly called monkey plier, but exact name is water pump plier. We also have this set of spanners. This is a ring spanner, the open end spanner, and this is a combination spanner, where one side is open end and the other side is ring spanner. They are used to hold and tighten the nuts and bolts on the fittings. Okay, this can grip only the pipes. You don't have to use it on the nuts and bolts on the fitting. For larger size pipes, what we will do if the pipe size is more than 4 inches and all, we have to have a bigger head this way. Then it will move inconvenient for you to hold the tool due to its weight. So for that what we use is a chain wrench here. This is a chain wrench. Okay. What we have here is a chain wrench. Over here is a chain wrench. Okay, there's a chain mounted to the handle. These are the gripping jaws. A chain wrench is used for pipe diameters more than 4 inches and basically larger size pipes. For to grip a larger size pipe will require a more heavier tool than this, and it will be difficult to hold and control itself. For that reason, we use a chain wrench for larger size pipes. A chain is how it is used. Okay, the chain is mounted along the pipe, and then it is here. It gets locked. It gets locked in the jaws over here. Okay. And there, the pipe can be loosened or fixed, tighten it. Accordingly, it can be tighten or loosen the pipe and fix the pipe. For larger pipe or heavy duty work. This is an adjustable spanner. It is quite handy. It comes quite handy when you don't know the exact size of the nut or bolt. You can adjust it here. The jaws are moving over here, but it can be only used where only on nuts and bolts, okay, of the tap and all. Don't have to use it on the pipe. It won't grip the pipe. For gripping the pipe, we have to use pipe wrenches. This will grip the pipe more efficiently other than using the adjustable spanner. Okay. Similarly, a monkey plier or a water pump plier will come handy for loosening the nuts and bolts. It won't be more effective for gripping the pipes. The pipe wrench, both these pipe wrench will be more effective in gripping the pipes and features. So next set of tools are the cutting tools what we have over here. Right from the start, tube cutter. This is a tube cutter. We have a smaller size tube cutter. The axle, the pipe dies, threading dies, internal threading dies, and a tap wrench. The internal taps, they always come in set of 3. Okay. This is a die stop. I will explain later what's the use. It is used for external threading. Okay. First is a tube cutter. The tool what we have in my hand is a tube cutter. Okay, right now it is a size is quite small. It is used for smaller diameter tubes of pipes. You can cut up to 3.316 mm or a 1/8 inch pipe. This size, this particular tube cutter. What is it made of? It is consist of a cutting wheel over here. Okay, we get in multi-point cutting wheel in market also, but this is a single point cutting wheel over here. Only one cutting wheel is mounted. Also, it has two guide rolls over here. So how it cuts? Suppose this is a copper tube. Okay. First, we have to loosen the jaws. You have to fix the pipe between the cutting tube and cutting disc and this guide rollers over here. Okay. Always fix the pipe between the cutting disc and the guide rollers. It's having two guide rollers. Okay, the pipe is fixed between the guide rollers and the tube over here. Alright, and then it's having a adjusting nut. So you have to keep on threading it inside. Okay, keep on turning it inside, as well as you have to keep on rotating this. With one turn, you have to tighten it further. This is how it will create a cutting line on the pipe. With each turn, you have to tighten this adjusting screw over here and then turn it. With each turn, it will create a cutting line and it will cut a tube or a pipe. See, listen it. I won't cut it further, but it has created a cutting groove. It's created a groove in the tube. This is how a pipe is cut. Okay. Okay. Care and maintenance of the pipe cutters. Before using any cutter or wheel, we have to check the cutting wheel. If it is chipped off or the cutting edges are worn out, you won't get exact square cut. Okay, the pipe will cut round. Okay, in the wrong shape. Replace the wheel, the cutting disc or the wheels if they are worn out or chipped off. After cutting is done, you have to oil all the moving parts of the tube cutter. Okay, it will last longer. Okay, next tool is hacksaw frame or hacksaw. I'm sure that all of you have used this hacksaw frame till now. Okay, it is used for pipe cutting. This can be used, the tube cutter are used only when use of hacksaw is not possible in confined spaces and all. Okay, it's not possible to use hacksaw, then only use a tube cutter. Okay, for any bench work and all, for cutting pipes, we will be using a hacksaw. Okay, this is a hacksaw frame. The blade is mounted between the blade holders, and this is a tightening or the adjusting screw. Okay, you have to adjust the screw. You have to give proper tension first, check if the blade is moving or not, tighten it, and then use the hacksaw. It is used for pipe cutting, metallic, non-metallic, PVC pipes, any sort of pipes. Okay. Next set of tools are pipe dies or threading dies. What we have over here is external pipe threading dies. Okay. Fix any pipes together to a fitting, we need what we require external threads. For that we require this pipe dies over here. Okay. What I have in my hand is a half-inch pipe dies. For half-inch pipe, we have to select only half-inch pipe dies over here. Okay, both dies should have the same number, half-inch pipe die. Okay, they will be used along with a die stop. It will hold the pipe threading dies over here. Further, they can be adjusted to cut threads. These are done only for internal threading. For external threading, these are external threads. And for internal threading, what we use is tabs. So these are tabs. They always come in a set of 3. Okay. First, you have to use first tab or taper tab, the second and the third tab. Last tab is called bottoming tab. So you have to use all in one, that sequentially. First, second, and third. Don't start with third tab in the beginning or initially. Okay. So you have to start only with first tab first for internal threading, then second, and then third. The third will give the finishing of the threads. These are used along with the tap wrench. This is a tap wrench. How it is done? Taps are folded in here, and then final threading operation is carried out. Okay, these are used for internal threading. for external threading of pipe, what we use is a pipe threading dies or pipe dies along with a die stop. This setup is called die stop over here. The next tool what we have over is pipe die stop. It is used for threading. It is used for external threading on pipes so that they can be fitted in the can be joined through the sockets and fitted in a pipeline. This is a die stop. So always the thread, it is used to hold the pipe threading dies together. Okay, they have to use in combination with one another. Okay, what is the constituents? This is the guide of the die stop. This portion is called guide. Okay. For half inch, if the size of the pipe is half inch, so you always have to use a half inch guide and half inch threading dies. Okay, the size should be the same. This can incorporate 3 sizes of the pipe. You can use also for half inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch also. For that you have to select the die size should be 1 inch. The guide also you have to select is 1 inch. Okay. Right now what we are working with a half inch pipe, so that's the reason we have selected a half inch pipe threading dies and a half inch pipe die. These are the handles of the die stop. You can be taking out, take them out this way. Okay, both the handle. This is the body of the die stop over here. Okay, over here both the dies are placed. This is how the die stop. These are the adjusting screws. Okay, for each turn you have to keep on turning adjust the screws inward so that the dies grip or bite the pipe. So that's how the threads will be cut on the pipe. So I'll show you quickly how to mount the dies in the die stop. Okay. First fix both the handles in the die stop. Both the hands are fixed, tight. Before you assembly, see that all the parts are cleaned well with the brush. There shouldn't be any chips in this threading over here. Also, the die stop body should be cleaned properly with the help of a brush. Don't use the hands, okay? With the brush, you have to clean it up. Then, place the dies. The tapered end should be placed above, okay, towards you. Okay, we shall do this later in the exercise itself, okay? After placing the dies, you have to place this guide roll over here. It will lock the dies in the die stop. Don't allow it to move. Then goes the guide roll over here. Tighten this screw just by hand. Should be hand tight. Don't tighten it. Don't allow much pressure on it. Only tighten it only to the point it doesn't move. That's it. You don't have to fully tighten it. Okay. This is how our die stop is mounted. Further threading exercise we shall do it later. Okay. So what we have over here is a pipe bender or a tube bender. Is manually operated, a hand operated. Hammers, ball pin hammer, a cross pin hammer, chisel, a file, a screwdriver, Phillips head, flathead screwdriver, and a tri-scale. You also will require what is called. This is a mason scale. Okay. Okay. So suppose you want to bend the pipes in different directions, okay, different angles, other than straight angles. We will require what is known as a tube bender. Okay. This is for the size of 1/4 inch pipe. You have to hold the pipe in this groove and then later on you tighten it. For smaller diameter pipe, the hand operated benders are. We can use hand operated benders. Okay. For larger pipe, as suppose 1 inch pipe or higher than that, 1 inch, 2 inch or 3 inch pipe, a bench operated hand type pipe bender or hydraulic type pipe bender are used. Other tools apart from bender are hammer. Hammer will always use along with the chisel. Suppose you want to make grooves in the walls or concealed piping for cutting or chipping purpose, a chisel is used. It is used only along with the hammer. Got it? The ball pin hammer and the cross pin hammer. Chisel can be used for doing slots in the wall, grooves, chipping and cutting and all. You have to do it on a bench wise over here. The next tool is a file. For smoothing out the edges, for removing the burrs and all, for flattening the face, hand file is used. Okay. For loosening, unscrewing the screws and other fasteners, a screwdriver is used. Use the right proper screwdriver for proper screw heads. The Phillips head screwdriver is for Phillips head screws, flat head for flat head screws. Next we have a tri-square. It is used to check the flatness of the workpiece. Suppose you have cut the pipe, suppose the pipe is not cut straight, so you have to check it with a tri-square. This one over here is a Mason square. The Mason square will help you to lay out of the pipe. Suppose you have to lay out, you have to pipe in rectangular shape. It will allow to check the right angle at the angle. Suppose they are laid at the right angle to one another. The next set of tools are marking or measuring tools. Okay. Pipe diameters can be measured with the help of a vernier caliper. A steel rule can be used to mark the length of the pipe. For smaller lengths, a steel rule can be used. Measuring tape. Okay. Measuring tape can be used when length of the pipe is more than 1 foot or 12 inches. It can measure up to a length of 3 meters to 5 meters. What we have here is a street level gauge. It can after the pipes are laid, it can be used to check the flatness of the pipe, or if they are horizontal to the ground. So here it can be visible the bubble over here. Okay, if the pipe is not parallel to the ground or horizontal to the ground, the bubble will shift towards the right or left. Okay, it should be exactly in the center. This is a plumb bob. Okay, it will help you to guide the pipe laid vertically. Okay, if there is slide if it is laid at a slight angle, it will show you the reading. Also, you can project the point from the height. Exact point from the height you can project it from the ground. Okay. So other set of tools are for underground piping and all. We require all the masonry tools. But right now I don't have the tool to display, but the first tool is trowel. It is used for mixing the cement or sand mixture together for masonry work, for plastering and all. A trowel is used. Spade is used for digging purpose, also for mixing the concrete, or else to transfer the concrete to the pan. A shovel also serves the purpose as a spade also. It is used to mix the concrete or for transfer the concrete from one place to another. Pickaxe. The pickaxe is used for digging the soil, or excavating the soil, so that pipes can be laid, underground piping. The mortar pan can be used for transporting the concrete, okay, basically concrete from one side to another. Mason square, what we have already seen, okay, it is used for checking the rectangularity at the internal corners. It is so there are some safety precautions or rules that we need to follow while doing plumbing. Okay? The first thing, you have to keep the workshop clean. Wear proper PPE, all the boiler suits, goggles, whenever you are using cutting tools, grinders and all, see that you wear goggles. And also if you are dealing with high pressure pipeline and gas pipeline, now you have to wear face shield before doing any modification or any repair work. Also the pipelines, if you are laying any underground pipelines, then suddenly come in contact with the lime mortar or very acidic concrete. So before that you have to paint the pipe. Also that suppose you need to lay a pipe in a wall, okay, concealed piping. So you have to provide enough space for the pipe so that it expands. Expansion is okay. Underground piping as well. So you have to lay the pipe, you have to put sand below the pipe so that expansion allow the pipe to expand, and also to absorb the impacts. So other safety precautions will be use the proper tool for the right jobs. Never use files and screws and the hand tool without handles. Don't use mushroom head chisels. It will cut your hand for sure. And don't leave any machine in the running position and don't leave it on there. And use the machine only when you have instructor to use.